Hello, welcome to this series on chords. We're going to be making this series of videos for the students that are learning by ear and wants to learn how to play chords on the piano. So I'm going to start this series by talking to you about the different kind of chords that we have. The triad chords. A triad is a three-note chord. A triad is a three-note chord, and there are 5 types of triads. So this is an accompanying video to the materials that we have written for these chords. So let me quickly start. So for the purpose of this illustration, we're going to use C. So we're going to use chord of C to explain the chord, the triads. Now, like I told you, there are different types of triad chord, 5 different types. 5. We have the major, the minor, the diminished, the augmented, and the suspended. Again, major, minor, diminished, augmented, and suspended. So let's look at them. Let's look at them one by one. So the major is like this. So the chord is made up of the root, the third, and the 5th. So if you say, so this is your root. Your starting point is your root. Okay? Your starting point is your root. And then we have the third. That's you count 3 from the root. 1, 2, 3. That's why it's called the third. And then you count 5 from the root. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this the root, the third, and the 5th. And that's basically it. Now, how do you differentiate between the major and the minor? The one I just played now is a major chord, major C major. So this is the formula. For the major is root. The major is root, major third, and 5th. 5th in most cases is called a perfect 5th. So what I want you to realize is that the chord is usually made up of intervals. So in this case, we have this first interval, the major third interval. This is major third, which is 4 semitones. 1, 2, 3, 4 semitones. So if you count, 1 semitone, 2 semitone, 3, and 4 semitone. And another interval is between the major third interval and the 5th. But from here to here is called a perfect 5th. The 5th is usually referred to as perfect 5th, and also we have perfect 4th. So we are going to make a video on intervals, just intervals, okay? But for now, remember that the chords are made up of intervals. In the case of the triad, they're made up of 2 intervals, okay? So the major is made up of root, major third, and the 5th, the perfect 5th. The minor is made up of the root, minor third, and the 5th. Now, the root, the minor third is 3 semitones from the root. 1, 2, 3. Okay? And the 5th. The next one is the diminished. Diminished is made up of the minor third, 3 semitones, and the diminished 5th. So the 5th is perfect. So what do you do to make the perfect imperfect? You diminish it. Okay? So we have the root, the minor third, and the diminished 5th. That gives you the diminished triad. Okay? All right? And then the next one is augmented. The augmented is made up of the major, the root, the major third, and the augmented 5th. So remember, this is perfect 5th. So we have the diminished 5th and we have the augmented 5th. Okay? Okay, so that's how it works. So major third and perfect 5th. Okay, the augmented 5th. And then the last one is the suspended. The suspended are 2 types. We have the suspended second, which is the root, the second, and the 5th. You find this a lot in a lot of worship songs. Okay, or the diminished or the perfect fourth. Sorry, the suspended fourth. 1 4 5. The suspended second 1 2 5. So if I'm playing like this, so I can do that, suspended second, or I can do so you can do a lot with the suspended chord. So thank you. This is introduction to the triad chords. We're going to do more on the application.